Well, good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to Clarity Social TV. My name's Barbara Gray and this is my dear friend Paul Church.
Good morning.
And we're here to keep you company for at least an hour. And have we got something exciting lined up?
We have. We could say it's been sort of planning, sort of in the making for a long time, but it hasn't, has it?
No, actually. Well, I say that. We started on Tuesday. We pulled this one off as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. And when I say we started on Tuesday, more will be revealed as we get into it. But this was really one of those moments where you're really glad that you make and you design in-house.
Yeah.
You know, because we were so nimble with our development, weren't we?
Yeah, that's right. And we said the other day, sort of like, you can have an idea in the morning.
I did on
and
Tuesday.
By the end of the day, you've got the prototypes and it can go straight into production.
We went. And the thing was, then what happens is it starts to evolve because then, do you know, it was like I was saying about Mrs. Armitage's bike. What this bike now needs is a belt. What this bike now needs is a, and we were going, this kit now could do with
this,
Yeah, so it's very exciting. And we're very happy to launch it today.
We are indeed.
Yeah. So a little bit of housekeeping, I think, would be a good idea first. Let our friends come in and find us because we were a little early to the party today.
We've got 73 friends in the room already.
Excellent.
So that's really nice. So welcome. Maybe you're tuning in for the first time. If you've got any questions, Jazz is in the room to help you. And I'm sure some of our lovely design team will be there as well.
Yeah. As far as coming in, the great thing about where to find us is on Facebook. You can really enjoy the banter. I mean, it was one of the things I noticed last night in the shack at 7 o'clock. I really felt, because I was so tired after getting this project pulled together for this morning, and I kind of hit a wall yesterday, but I really felt yesterday in the shack in the evening. It's like I'm the keeper of the keys.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't have it in me to draw a nativity scene, you know, just hanging out, opening the door, letting everyone in, putting the kettle on, so that, and the banter that goes on in the shack is quite something.
It is, and it's that go-to, because many of our friends at home maybe sort of, you've been doing 7 o'clock for a while now on a Thursday evening. And so it's like a go-to destination. Even if people aren't joining in the shack, it's all about the company, isn't it?
And it's about hanging out with your friends. I mean, I see friendships being forged in these groups. And the reason that we're calling Clarity TV, we're trying to do this thing here, Clarity Social TV, is apart from the fact that obviously we're being watched on social networking.
Yeah.
For me, it's also a social thing. It's a social event.
To have that interaction with our friends that can chat amongst themselves.
And they can ask us questions.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so
Jane's in the room, I can see. So
there you go.
Ken's always there.
Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, all our friends. And as we go in, if you've got any questions, then ping them down on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then if Jazz picks it up, she will.
Yeah.
I mean, a good idea is if you've got a legit question that you need answering, perhaps you could do 3 question marks before you ask your question.
Possibly.
Just do 3 question marks.
So it sort of stands out.
And then Jazz will notice it more.
Yeah.
You know? And not 3 question marks, what's the weather like in Kent?
Okay. It's cold.
It's freezing. And these little socks he's got on there.
I took my boots off, more comfortable in my socks.
So there we go. That's the whole point behind Clarity Social TV.
Yes.
It's not just selling products, although we need to do that in order to keep going.
Keep coming back.
You know, but it's not pressure selling. We're trying to do it differently.
No, exactly. And education has always been at the heart of Clarity for many, many years. I mean, that's how I became friends with you. Helping at the retreats.
That's right, at the workshops.
And the workshops.
Yeah, for years.
Back in the day, back in Cowden. So
Paul used to have a proper job in London, and then he used to take a holiday and come and help me in Cowden, didn't he?
Did indeed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's talk about, over to you. You're the presenter today.
Right. Okay. So if we just swap places, so I can point to the little graphics on the side. There we go. So there's several ways that you can order. You can either order via the Clarity Crafts website, which is the website address down the bottom. There we go. Over there. So the website address at the bottom. You can give our UK call centre, aka Sue, downstairs on 01732 868 215. Now, when you're looking to place an order, you'll see from the screen, where am I going? I'm going this way, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I'm right-handed. It's weird. So there we go. Come in a little bit. So the number at the top is your 5-digit product code. So all you need to do is enter that code into the website or give that to Sue when you make a call. And then coming down from that, you've then got a lovely image of the product that we're showcasing for you. Underneath that, you've then got your product title. And then finally, you've got the pricing. Now, often you'll find it's got an RRP that's been struck out, and then you've got a saving, and then that's what you're going to pay. So in this occasion, this is the complete collection of the brand new launch today, and it's £66.96. However, if you belong to any of our Clarity Craft clubs, then you'll receive an additional 10, 12.5 or 15% off of that price. Okay. Now, we ship internationally as well. So if you're tuning in from America, Australia, Europe, anywhere in the world, then you can just go to claritycraft.com and place your order.
I will say that at the moment in England, the Royal Mail are experiencing a real surge in business. It's very
Coming up to
business Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
So now if you're ordering, just bear that in mind. You'll know at Christmas time orders take a little longer.
They do,
you know.
yeah.
So,
and especially with the adverse weather conditions up north as well, all that snow.
That's the thing about the English, right? Half an inch of snow and the whole country grinds to a halt.
It's like adverse weather conditions. I mean, it's not a hurricane, is it? I mean,
but there you go. So be patient, please. Be kind, be patient.
Yeah.
As we really appreciate your support with the channel here, and we would also really appreciate your patience with receiving your orders.
Yeah. And the thing is, we'll never sell out because we manufacture the product in-house.
So
the only product that we would potentially sell out would be stuff that we buy in, like dyes, ink pads and stuff like that. But what we're bringing you today, well, I'm going to hand back over. Should we do a little dance? You go in front, ladies.
Age before beauty. Oh, yes. No. Okay, a little sip of coffee and then we'll get started.
Should we have a look on the website if you're tuning in for the first time and how you can go back and watch?
Very good idea.
Yeah, okay.
See, this is a very relaxed place in case you hadn't noticed. Less stress. Okay. I'll take that away.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go to the numbers.
Oh, look, Craft Awards. Voting now open.
Oh, yeah, it is as well. Please do. I want to say before you show our friends where to shop and how to shop, voting is open. We've been nominated for no less than 5 awards, which is quite exciting.
Yeah.
So if you have the inclination and the time, please, it would really make our day if you went, you click that link, and
it'll take you
straight to the voting.
Think it's Craft World, isn't it? Craft World Awards.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is.
But that would be lovely. You know, I mean, it's exciting to be even nominated, to even be in the arena is a good thing. But but you do need to vote if you feel inclined.
Yeah.
Only if you want to. Right.
Okay, so let's have a look on the overhead. So I've got the iPad here. So you can obviously watch us on your mobile device, your iPad, your laptop, and also on your phones. And what you'll notice as I scroll down, you'll see that below we've got the live broadcast. So you can watch direct via
I'm wearing a different top.
Is that one from that's last week's one? Jim hasn't put that one in yet.
Okay.
So there. But if you want to, what you can do, in the top right-hand corner here, you've got Clarity TV. Click on that button when the internet allows, and then this will load the current show page. So everything we're bringing to you today is loaded into this page here, okay? And there's several different pages that you can go through. Now, if you go back to the top, and it says here, Catch Up and Craft, click here. If I click that button, what that does is it takes you, it will always have the last or the current show. So if I press that, there we go. If I press that, this will be us talking. I've got to sign in. I haven't signed in.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Then a new thing is the demo downloads. So I've lost my internet connection. That's why that's not working.
Okay, so there are demo downloads,
yes.
And this is an exciting thing. So the point that you're making is that you click to catch up, and then you can actually watch back.
It.
Right?
Yes.
So if you missed a live TV show, or you fancy watching other ones, they're all loaded in chronological order with the latest one at the top. So you can scroll all the way down, and right down it says the date, and it will also tell you the demos that we did on which day, and then you can download, or you'll find that today's download is an example of what we're actually going to do. So you will see it says what was made and what was used. So that if you download it, if you print it off, put it in a folder, then it will be ideal as a reference.
That's right. So you're building up like a project catalogue, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then you think, oh, last year Barb did such and such. Flick through your folder and think, there it is. That was the date, because it has the date and the time on it. And you'll be able to go back to our library online, find it, watch it again, and download it.
The other thing I was going to mention today, because it's that time of year, you know, Black Friday, here we go. And so we had a talk about this as well this week, because obviously this is the week before the Black Friday week. And so I would like you to show in that area everything. I think we were talking about this because I said, well, what are we going to do? Because a lot of the upsells, a lot of the things that I reach for when we're doing demonstrations, the dyes, the sponges, all these things, the card, etc., etc., etc. What we call upsells, they will be in the we call it Grey Friday, because we think it's Black Friday sounds
it's a little bit softer, and obviously goes with the name.
So we call it Grey Friday. But what we decided to do was anything that's in that particular area, right, which is what I think is worth mentioning now. Anything in that area that is an upsell.
So, for example, if you're going to use cardstock. So, for example, if I scroll down, like Bob will be using the pergoliners today. So if I click on that, you'll notice that we've already reduced the price based on what the Grey Friday price will be when we launch it next week.
So any upsells that I use, if you decide to buy them today, you're not at a disadvantage, because you'll be
benefiting it from it now.
It'll be exactly the same price as next week.
It's
like an early bird Grey Friday. So I just thought that would, otherwise people would be thinking, oh, I won't buy that now because I want to buy it next week when it might be cheaper. So what we're saying is that anything that's on the show today won't be any cheaper next week. Because we've already introduced the Grey Friday prices at an early bird rate.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the shopping sorted.
Yeah, that's it. So what are you bringing us today, Barb?
What am I bringing you today? Well, let's get my head around where we're going. I think you've got a pretty good idea from the download. If we look at the download, you can see here there's a picture of an advent calendar. So this is our new Advent-ure, and it's been a while coming, this one, because what I want to do now is look at the different products. And again, because it's our Christmas show, what we're also going to do is give you gifts. So I talked about it in the shack yesterday. So one thing at a time, I think we'd like to have a look. So for example, straight away, let's check out these. Now, you may recall, Twas the Night is a bit of a tradition in the Grey household.
It is.
And we've got these images. I've been drawing the Twas the Night poem by Clement Clark Moore for decades. And we've got these in a larger format. We've also got those on the show.
Yeah, we've got those on the show, and
they would be at the Grey Friday price, right?
They're better than the Grey Friday price. So Jazz will bring up a full screen shot.
It's a full screen shot of the larger one. So that will be
item number 28 on the poll. So Jazz is just there's a full screen graphics on that, Jazz, at the bottom.
So there we go. Right. So you can see here we've got 15 altogether of these stamps, and they are already a Grey Friday deal. And this was the original set of stamps
where it started.
Started. So you can see here, if we just hold that thought for a moment, you'll see we've got Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now, each of these little images, it's not the whole poem, but it's 15 stamps, and there's a universal framer in the corner. And I started drawing these. It's over a period of years, because Grace's favourite, my daughter's favourite poem, she liked to read it at Christmas.
Right.
And so it just occurred to me that I would just start drawing the poem.
And the last 5, they were released sort of since I've been here. So I've been here since 2016. So if you're looking to go for the larger images, the item number on that is 11501. It's £95.99 plus your club discounts, but you're saving £45. That's madness. And you get the storage folder to keep everything in as well.
Thank you. So that's that big deal.
Yeah.
That's a mega deal. But going back to the small set that we've got on the overhead camera, you can see here, if we go to the overhead camera.
So Jazz, if we just go to the normal L.
If we could just go to the normal L, that's great. You can see here, the images are a lot smaller, and they've been kind of lifted so that that
the sentiment's been taken away, hasn't it?
So if I show you it printed out, you can see exactly what you're looking for,
I was looking for one of the original ones as a comparison for our friends at home.
So you can see here they've been lifted out, whereas here, if you take a look at the Twas the Night, so this was the original stamp, and here's the small stamp on its own. So we've taken it away from the text, the poem, and we've created what we call a sampler, which is really great for what's coming up. Since it's the gift of giving, you know, Christmas is that season, we also decided to treat you to a little colouring book. So Jazz created a little colouring book for us using the same images. And to calm my mind this morning, I coloured one in for you.
That's lovely. So all of the items are available individually, but the way to go, as Barb said, you've got that gift. So you buy the stamp set and you get the book for free. So
that should be on the overhead.
Yeah, so Jazz will just bring that one in, and the item number for that is 21226.
21226, and that's for the stamp set, the sampler stamp set, and it also includes the little book, which is free.
£5.99 free. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
So
what have we got next then?
So the next thing on the list, so that's the first thing. You get the stamps, you get the book free.
For free.
So the next thing is these dies. So I've got these dies. Yes. Okay, so these are on the show, and these are called windows and dies. Now we've had these in the cupboard for a while.
We have.
You know, this is quite interesting. They're beautiful little windows and dies, and when you see the way they work, you can understand. Look, these are just gorgeous. They either open in there's a cutting line in the center, or they're hinged,
just open
like
to the
little
left.
Doors. Yeah, so they open to the left, and they got different sizes, so little and large, little and large, little large, little large. Okay, so there are 18 of these dies in this set.
In that set. So that's got a normal price of £24.99. However, because we're in the Christmas spirit,
we thought, when actually this was Lisa's idea, we thought, wouldn't it be great if you had a set of embedders that were actually the exact same size as these, because it's quite difficult to, right? So now let's check this out. So that embedder is exactly perfect for that. There are 18 dies, and there are 18
different embedders,
and every single one fits exactly, even the tiniest one fits over that. You see?
Yeah. Did you want to just show that, just to show it in place? So if you want to go for that offer,
so if
the
you're
item number
there
is 31741.
See, so you can use these as little aperture windows. Can I just show this one?
Yeah.
Like, see there? That's embossed on the outside like that. And then inside is a little picture.
Got a little scene.
If I were to go to this one, maybe you can see it. No, it's not. It's a bit bright, isn't it? Difficult to see on this camera.
I think
it's better on the overhead.
Yeah,
that camera seems to get a lot of glare on it, but you can really see the way that the embedders
work around it. It's that little finishing trick, isn't it?
So you're buying the dies, which are brilliant, and you get all the embedders. So 18 dies, 18 embedders, and they come as a gift as well.
They do
so
indeed.
They're free.
So that's £5.99. So that's another £5.99 saving.
Good.
So the item number for that offer is 31741.
Okay. Now, next thing. So let's have a look. We've got the dies.
Yeah.
With the embedders.
Uh-huh.
We've got the stamps with a little colouring book.
Yeah.
And now comes the pièce de résistance.
So this is where it all comes together.
This is where it all comes together.
Right.
So I think we take a look at these.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So let's take a look. We're going to unpack these. There are two of these. Let's take these. Right. This is where the work came in. We really did get into it. Let me put my coffee to the side as well. And then we'll have a good look at these. So if we just check these out, you can see here, these are Christmas Advent calendar blanks.
Yeah.
There are two different ones.
Okay.
And this is just a different color with a different center and also different scenery. Different scenery.
Yeah.
So let me show you how this works. And while I'm telling you this, oh, look, so there are the instructions on the inside.
On the inside,
so I've done a photo step by step. It tells you exactly how to make the calendar.
Yes.
All right, the Advent calendar. So I'll pop that to one side. That's important.
Okay.
So if we take a look at this, the words are in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. Then we can tessellate. So if you look, let me come out a little bit just so that you can see this. Right. Let's come out a little bit so you can see this is quite big. So there is your front.
Okay.
And so Jazz, where this all came from, Jazz designed these fantastic little cards.
Christmas cards that we launched at the Clarity Open days, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And I was, so I'm going to tell you a story. So these cards, look, there it is. There's the one we picked.
Yeah.
And there's the other one. We picked 2 of the 6.
Yes.
Right, to do this. And so this set of 6 cards is also available finished. Just worth knowing that.
So the item number for the Christmas cards, if you're looking for any last minute Christmas cards, item number is 31733. It's £10 and you get your Clarity Craft Card discount as well.
So you can see here we've got the 6 colorways.
Yes.
So let me tell you a story. This is what happened, right? So we bought in the windows months ago. And I've been staring at them, and I couldn't work out how I was going to make an advent calendar that would go through a die cutting machine.
Yes.
Because you can only go A4.
Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely.
And I thought A4 is going to be so busy. How are you going to put all these windows on an A4, right?
Yeah.
And then the other morning, so I'd said to Paul, right, we'll mothball this.
Yeah.
I can't come up with a good idea. So rather than waste it, we'll roll it into next year. We'll bank it till next year. They're in the cupboard, they're paid for, we'll bank it.
Absolutely.
Then Tuesday morning, this is honestly the way it works. So I've gone down in the kitchen and I've got these Christmas cards on the kitchen island. So I'm sitting there and I've woken up thinking about this, the 500 of these we've got, right? And I'm thinking, God, there's a lot of die. And I was thinking now would be the time to do an advent calendar, but I don't know. And then I was looking at this and I saw this vast expanse of sky and I thought, what about a triptych? What about a triptych?
Yeah.
And then you could put all the windows
across 3 panels.
And then you could get a set of stamps like the Twas the Night stamps, because we haven't looked at them yet, and we could put them in the background, and then we could reduce them and make them smaller, and then they'd fit behind the windows. Blah 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 blah. That's how my head goes. Honestly,
yeah,
it is mental.
What was it? 6:30 Tuesday morning we was having that phone call.
And this is what we came up with, right? It's absolutely.
That's right. So
if you look at it finished, look.
Wow.
I want to show you what it looks like when it's finished. So you can see here that it's a beautiful. It's almost like an open stable.
Yeah.
Like, hats off to the girls, to the design team, to Lisa, to Jazz. Jim, this has been a real accomplishment. Yeah. And you can see inside, I opened a couple of windows so you can see the little Twas the Night stamps.
Yeah.
So there are so many uses for these windows, but the core idea of the calendar Advent, let's go to this now.
Was the dies.
Was the dies and how to create this open stable. So if we go to the kit, let me show you. We're doing a little unpacking here, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how this works.
So we've got our 3 design panels.
So we've got our 3 design. We're just looking at one.
Yeah.
We're just looking at one because, of course, we've got the second one as well, haven't we? Right. So we've got the 3 panels. Then you've got the 3 backing sheets because they're going to be needed. This is double. When it's double walled for stability. So when we look, for example, here, this is double walled.
Yes.
okay? Because obviously
Be a
you're
little
gonna
bit too
you stamp
sloppy,
on
wouldn't it?
well, and it's steady, but also you stamp on the white, don't you? So you
do.
need something.
Yeah.
Then for alignment, what we did was, this was Paul's idea, brilliant, right? For aligning the dies, we've got the grid, so we put a couple in.
Yeah, we've got a couple of those.
So we've got a couple of those,
and we'll show you how they, or Barb will show you how they
I'm
work.
going to show you straight away. And now Lisa, she came up with another pièce de résistance, because I said, well, how are we going to stick them together?
Yeah.
How are you going to do this so that it closes, so that you can actually fold it closed? And she said, well, what about? And then, so we've got these two hinge pieces like that go in the background, and I'm going to show you how they work, because that is how this gets attached,
right,
with those bits there. So that all in the kit, you get the 3 fronts, the 3 backs, you get the 2 hinges, and you get the alignment grid. That's all in a pack.
Very importantly,
yeah, and that was where I nearly lost the will to live yesterday, because I had to do the photos. Okay, so this takes you exactly through how it works. In fact, I might leave that open now.
as a reminder.
Can I?
You can indeed.
I will.
So if you buy both of these Christmas Advent calendar blanks, there's also a free gift as well, isn't there?
I forgot to mention. Yes. Right. So again, it's the season to be jolly and be generous.
It is. Because if it's an Advent, surely you need to know which doors to open.
Oh, you're on fire.
See, but if they were chocolate, they'd all be open. I wouldn't care what sequence they were in. Start at the top, work my way down.
So if you buy those 2, they come as a pair, don't they?
They do, yes.
Then you also get...
There we go.
There you go. So you get the numbers to do the doors. And they're really nice. And we decided, because we wanted to give you value for gift money, right? We decided to go all the way to 31.
Yeah.
And then we've got the ordinals as well. So it's a real useful piece of kit. There we go. Okie doke. Right. Have we got an update, Paul?
Yep. Just need to have a look at a few things. So if you want to carry on talking, so the item number for that bundle is 21226.
And I'll show you what the numbers look like. That this is my test piece. You can see here, number 16. It stamps beautifully. I just took the numbers and stamped them on the doors, put them to the left, put them underneath, put them in the middle. I tried everything to see what would work best. And it's just lovely. Okay. Now this one, I want to show you something. See where the hinge is on that side?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you now why and how to avoid that.
Yeah.
But isn't this pretty?
Nice.
And the other thing I wanted, see, this was a rough draft. You've got
to practice.
One's for test, two's for best.
Yeah.
So here, for example, I cut into the scene, and then I did all the work, and then I thought, actually, I wish I hadn't. There was enough sky area not to have to cut into the scene.
Right.
Okay. So that's where we're at. And if you get the 2, if you buy the 2 Advent kits, right, which will give you 2 Advent calendars. You get the
stamps for free, which means also that those stamps will keep on giving throughout the year as well.
Yeah.
For birthdays, anniversaries. Yeah. Really nice. So the item number for that is 21226.
Did you want to change something?
I just need to go and have a word backstage.
Okay, well, you do that.
So I'll do that. So just bear with me for a moment.
And I'm going to start, and I'm going to show... Oh, sorry, Paul. It's all right. We've just got to sort something. It's a technical hitch. He's going to go and see what's going on, and I'm going to take you through. Here we go. Look, flying solo, just what I like. And I'm going to show you how to actually start assembling your calendar. So let's have a look here. The first thing we need, are you ready to have a look at this? Let's have a look. So if we take a look here, right, the first thing we want to do, we need, let's start with the center. We need the center, we need the card, and we need the grid. And I'm also going to get a piece of copy paper. So bear with me a second, because of all the things that I need more than anything in the world, here it is underneath, it's copy paper. So I'm going to take a piece of copy paper as well. Oh, here it is. I had it already. I thought, oh no, that's got off to a good start. Calm. How many people have got in the room? 250. Oh, that made me feel even more calm. Right, okay, coffee, that'll do the job. Right, you ready or are you bored? Or no, it's going to be really nice. You'll love this. You'll absolutely love it. Advent. See, I think these are keepers. These are like, you take the time, you do the job, and it's a keeper. It's one of those family keeping things. So let's have a look, because the first thing we need to do is line up the dies on how are we going to line them up on here. Let me pan out a little bit so you can see. Hey, wrong way. Let's go that way. Right. Live TV, we love it. So what we're going to do is take our 3mm plate. We use a kit and caboodle. Okay, they're not in the sale because they cost us too much to bring in, but we've got a few in stock. These are, to me, they're the best ones. Right, so what we're going to do is take the magnet and pop the magnet down on there, right? Then we don't need this for the moment, the card, so put that to one side. And then we're going to, and we'll put these two, the copy paper and that, we'll put that to one side. All we need at the moment is the magnet, and I'm going to get in there in a minute, right there like that. And then what I'm going to use over the top of the magnet is this grid, right? Because this is the thing, the magnet's A4, the paper's A4. For me, what's important, it's all about the registration, okay? Because in a minute, now fast forward, pretend all your dies are on here. Then I'm going to take this, I'm going to lower that down onto there. And again, this is A4 as well. So it's all about alignment, right? And I'm going to show you with one piece, but it's exactly the same trick for all three. And then I'll show you how to put them together. So if we go here now, we've got our grid aligner and we've put it on the magnet like so. Right, now I've got my dies there and I'm going to pop this here, okay, because just so that you get the idea, this is going to cut like that. So in order for that to cut like that, what I've got to do is decide which dies go where. So what we're going to do now, let's take the square one. Let's keep it simple. We're going to take the square one and we're going to pop the square one on there like that. See now the magnet, but what we need to do is make sure that the cutting die is up. It's looking at us. I don't want to cut into the magnet. Oh, you're back?
I'm back.
Right. And what we want to do on this one is pretty straightforward. It's obvious that this is going to be the fold. Yeah. So I'll pop that there. Everything all right?
Yeah. So there was a calculation error on the big bundle. So it should actually, we're just changing the graphics at the moment. Instead of it being a special price of £66.96, it should be £61.96. So what we'll do, if you have placed your order, then we'll go through and change it for you.
Okay. Well, that's even better then.
It is an even bigger saving.
Are you sure that's right? Okay. All right. So now let's go to this one. And we're just going to use, now this one, you see, it's a square. So that could be the fold. You've got to feel it, right? And what you'll find is when you do this, you can feel where it's going to go because it goes flat. Yeah. So you can feel it like that. Okay. And then if you take this one, there you go. Again, it's one of those ones where you have to feel it and it goes flat and you feel a little ridge, right?
So, and because you're working face up.
So I'm putting the ridges, I'm putting the fold, if you like, the hinge is on that side. So that when I fold this over, the hinge will be on that side.
On that side.
Right? Yeah. So I'm just explaining, sorry, that threw me, what we were just talking about there. So these ones are obvious. These ones are less obvious. So that's where you have to kind of feel it. And it's a good thing to do that because that way you know where the actual opening is going to be. Thank you. So the next thing is this one. And what we're going to do here, this is easy. Let's put another one there like so. Now, at this point, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, right, if that comes over like that, right, then that might cut into the tree a little bit. Does it matter? If I can put it up a little bit, I can put it down a little bit. See, so I'm just looking like this and I'm going, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I don't care if it cuts a bit of the tree out. But let's say if I'm doing 3 and I need 24 windows, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 more. Right, so this is where the little tiny ones are really interesting, and you get different shapes, right? So again, that's definitely the opening there. I can feel it, and it's worth doing that. It's worth feeling it, because it means that if you can feel it, you haven't put the blade the wrong way.
Yes.
Down. So now we've got 2, 4, 6. We've got 2 more to go, and I think I'll keep the same shape going here. So that's there. I'll pop that one there. That's nice. There, like that. I'll put it down. See how far I can go down, like so.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm going to go one more over here, and I think I'll do an arch. I'll do an arch, and I can feel it, because I can even see where the hinge is on that one. It's very easy once you figure it out. See, now the grid really helps to, so the grid really helps to align them so they're all straight.
All straight.
Yeah?
Okay.
So now I've done that. Go on, Paul.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, the reason I came up with the idea, because I just started off with straight lines, because what I wanted to do was to create the display board. And it was really hard, because I thought, do I get the ruler out? It's too much of a faff. And I thought, well, if I print off a page that's got straight lines on it, and put that on the magnetic sheet, then I know they're all going to be in a straight line.
Exactly.
And then we took it a step further, didn't we? By turning it into a grid. So this is where we bounce backwards and forwards with one another.
There you go. And so this is an absolute game changer, because it's really easy. But before I take my masterpiece, right, I'm going to take a copy paper piece, and I'm going to line that up, because this will tell me, right, whether it's...
So you're not cutting through your best piece,
no,
whether the hinges are on the right way or not.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and now this is a test. It's just a piece of copy paper.
Yeah.
Right. So I can do that. Then I'll make my sandwich like so.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to run it through the machine.
Okie doke. So we've got the kitten caboodle on the show as well. That won't be included in the Grey Friday price next week. So if you're interested in the kitten caboodle, we'll bring that up for you now. And the item number for that one is, there we go, 31557. And if you're in any of the Clarity Craft Clubs, you'll also get your additional 10, 12.5 or 15% discount.
There you go. So now let's have a look how this cuts. So we'll take that off there, and you can see it's cut like butter. Right, it's only copy paper, so it's going to, isn't it? But what we're checking is to make sure that all the ones where, see, so all the hinges are on the right side. We need this in a minute, because this is our stamping template as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we've done that, and we know it's right.
Yeah.
So happy with that. Make sure that nothing's moved. Oh, see, that one moved a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. It's got a bit of an indent, so that's fine. I can see that. Everything's in place.
I mean, if they move fractionally, it doesn't matter, because you can just reposition them.
But I'm going to use this. See?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take this, and once again, I'll line it up with my. See, just line it up on the A4.
And you're going face down on this.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, because you're cutting from the front.
From the front.
Yeah. And then we're going to take this one like so, lift that off like that, and then in we go again.
That through the machine. So really, all you're doing, you'll repeat this process a further 2 times, won't you, for your 3 panels?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we do this, and then I can move them around a little bit. If I've got the 2 advent calendars, I would probably I'd do the blue center or the blue left one.
Course,
actually, I'll do the blue left or the blue right, so that I've laid it all out. I know that it works. Why waste that effort? Now I would take the blue one and I would run that through with the copy paper at the same time.
Yeah. So you've then got your template again.
You've always got a template
for every cut.
For every cut. That's it. So now when we look at this one, when we turn this over, absolutely perfect. There they all are,
Nice.
all in place. Look, really nice.
It looks
Isn't that
so
lovely? It's so
effective.
professional.
It looks
Isn't
so
it?
effective. And it's a really top quality cardstock as well, isn't it? As
Yeah,
well.
it is. So this is really what I wanted to demonstrate. And not only that, I wanted to just show you, if you look here, right, if you come in on the instructions, which are going to come with the kit,
Yeah.
you can see here, I've done exactly here what I've explained.
Yeah. What
And
you've
I've done
just done.
all 6,
Yes.
if you like. I've done all 6. So I took the time to do all 6 at the same time. Yeah, that's it. Rather than do one through and then the next one. So then you just take your. I tell you what's a good idea with this as well, is if you put your dies back with the hinge in the right place.
Yes.
These ones, for example.
Yeah.
It's great to just, then you know that the hinge is in the right place.
In the right place.
Still got to test it every time.
Yeah.
You do, but do you know what? What's the big problem if the hinge is on the other side? It's still a
no,
it's
exactly.
still a
And
hinge.
I suppose you could
still
have it
a
as
door.
a flap opening from the sort of, so it's
Top,
like
bottom.
a cat flap type effect.
That's it. So that's like that. Then this goes to, this is for later. I need that for later.
Right.
That's done its job.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at this.
There we go.
Okay. Do you want to have a little recap?
Yeah. So what we've got the Barb's been using the calendar kits, the blanks. So if you're interested in the complete collection, then the item number for that is 21225. If you're just interested in just the blanks themselves, which we have on the screen, item number for that is 21226. So you buy both of the card blanks, Advent blanks, and you get those stamps for free as well. Now, don't forget, all of those free gifts are carried over to the complete collection as well. There we go. So we've got that on the screen now. So that's 21225. Okay. So, and that gives you everything that we've launched today, brand new.
Cool. Yeah. So are we on it?
Yeah, we're on there now.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the thing is, with the big kit, you get everything.
You do. So you get the free gift of the stamps.
Well, let's work it backwards. We've used the dies.
We've used the dies, so you get the embedders free with those.
They're not for the Advent, but for other cards.
For other cards.
So they're very useful. So we use the dies. Next thing we're going to use is the stamps.
Twas the Night. So with the Twas the Night stamps, the A4 sampler set, you're going to get that lovely 6x6 colouring book.
There you go.
And I think that's great for sort of the children, the grandchildren as well.
Yeah.
Because when you look at that, you've got the sampler stamps are one size.
Yeah.
The original Twas the Night stamp collection are a different size, and then you have another size in that colouring book as well.
But you also, of course, you get the Advent calendars, and if you get the Advent calendars, then you also receive the numbers.
Yeah.
So the numbers are very useful for other things as well.
Absolutely.
So you can see when you look at the big bundle that was on the screen just now,
yeah,
you can see that everything has a reason for being in that big bundle.
And they all work alone as well.
And the price is great. The price is even better than we thought it was.
It's even better now. So,
there you go. That's a result.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's have a look at what we're going to do next. We've done this. I've changed over because I've already started.
Right. Okay.
So I've changed to a different one where the see, because my template changed.
Yes.
When you lay it up, the template changes.
Okay.
Right. So I've got to go with this one and this one.
So this is where the template comes into play. Because I was thinking, how do you know where to stamp on your white piece of card?
Well, this is why I wanted to show you this. So this is my white piece of card now.
Yeah.
And if I've got my A4 piece of copy paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Which you cut out at the same time as your card.
So now I've got my windows. You can see them. They're all cut out.
Yeah.
So what I can do is take my stamps. So now I'm going to decide. This is how I work. I mean, you'll probably come up with other ideas. But let's say, for example, I could pop that one there. And I know I could stamp straight through the hole. It's going to fit.
Okay.
So I'm using my template now, my copy paper
for your
template
stamp positioning.
For my stamp positioning. So, for example, I've already done this one, and you can see it. I stamped it straight through the aperture like
that. Okay.
Right. What other ones have I done?
Open the windows.
I've done that one. Okay. So, for example, let's have a look at the stamp. It's this one. So it's the stockings were hung by the fireside.
I
with
bet you can
care,
recite that in your sleep, can't you?
in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. There you go. And so that works, and that works, you see. And then I'll show you how to do this one as well, because this is where, for example,
So this is where the stamps are bigger than the aperture.
bigger than the aperture, you see.
Right.
So if I wanted to do that one up there, I'll do it just to show you how it works. So if let's take this one now. Let's keep it simple. So you're using the see, it's obvious, isn't it? When you do this, you realize it's really, really obvious. So I'm going to take a mount that I can see the stamp. I need to be able to see the stamp when I'm stamping through the hole. Okay, so we've got those mounts on the show. They're in the Grey Friday sale already. So the item number for the vertical super long is 30565, 10.49, and you get 6 of them. 6 of those big ones?
Yeah.
Vertical super long. Let me show you what they look like. So this is what they look like when they come packed. But what I like about these is because they're long, they've got you've got the handle, which is the same, it's feather light. Yeah. Right. But unlike this, where you can't see much. Yes. Right. That might fit. Okay. This would fit a lot of the stamps. Let me show you. See, it fits loads of them, but you can't see. Because the top of the handle. Yeah. So for me, this is handy, really, because you can see exactly. So now you could take this together if you like. Now I'm just going to keep it simple, but I just want to show you what the purpose was of apart from testing it. Yeah. Even if it was a bit ropey, you know, if the hinges on the other side, it doesn't matter. No, as long as you sort of turn it around the right way afterwards, then you can. Exactly. Yeah. So now I'm just stamping a little bit of black ink, let's say, right? I would test it on another piece just to be sure that it stamps. I'm hovering with the handle. I'll press through that aperture like so. And I know that when I overlay the front of the Advent calendar, there you go, I know that this is going to sit exactly. Look, I'll just behind that window. I'll make a point. If I take this one now, and I pop that on there. So this is the good card. Yes. If I do that and I open this window, I know that he's going to be exactly in the right place. Position. There he is. Look, he's exactly there. Nice. And if he's a little bit higher than I would have liked. Yeah. But that's of no consequence to me. I could just, when I colour him in, I just put a little bit of grounding. Yeah. So all you do then is when you're colouring him in, you just give him a bit of ground. There you go. Now suddenly it's perfect, and I'm glad that he's a bit higher. Higher, yeah. So that's the way that it works. So that's how you're going to stamp straight through to the window for a stamp that fits. So now let me, you see, it works perfectly, just like that. So I'm just checking that everything is right. And then let me say I've done that one. Let's try a different one. Okay. Shall we? Just to show how it works. Let's say, for example, now I want to put one in here. Right. So this is one of the smaller windows. Yeah. But I want to put a full one over there like that. Right. Let's say that. So I'm going to replace my Father Christmas. I'm going to take this one. I'll pop this on there. Okay. Let's do that. A bit of jaunty angle. So I know where he's going to go there. Yeah. But just in case it isn't 100% in the right place. Yeah. Let me take a pencil, a lead pencil or any pencil. Yeah. I haven't got one here, but all that prep, and then I didn't bring the most important thing. Right. So I'm going to do that. So I know when I lift that off, I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where that's going to be. Yes. So if I take this and I'm just going to stamp. I mean, what I could do if I was feeling really particular, I could go like that and I say, right, that's the bottom. So I do this with a really light grey pencil and that's the top. So now I know where the top, I know where the opening is going to be. Window is itself. Yes. Now I'm going to check that that's right. Yeah. Well, see, look, see. It's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, but it's good to check this out, right? Definitely. So let me see. I've got that one. And now I'm going to just stamp this into place. How are we doing for time? We're about coming up to 10 to. Okay. Well, that's good because that means in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, we could do the assembly, like the other part 2, i.e. to be continued. Yeah. So I think it's worth showing this. So now I can see exactly what's going to be exposed if you like. When you open the door. You see? Yeah. So I can see, and it doesn't matter if it's beyond that. It doesn't matter at all, because when I go like that, that's what we're going to see, and that's great. And again, if I miss a bit of the black, which I'm not happy about, that's where the micron pens come in, and I can darken that and make his ears stand out better. There you go. So not a problem.
Right. So I got a little confession to make when about sort of stamping into the spaces.
Right.
Okay. So when we spoke about it the other day, and you said, I've got a prototype, I'm going to bring it in. And so what I did was I cut out all of the dies, okay, onto a copy paper like that display board.
Yeah.
And then I was holding it over each of the Twas the Night stamps to see which one. And then I made a little key and said, number 1, Twas the Night, will fit in windows A, B, C, and D. And I'm thinking, why? And and then you come in, and then it doesn't matter, does it?
No, not at all. No, it doesn't, dear.
But sometimes people at home may think, oh, they've got to fit exactly in the window, but they don't.
That was what I was explaining is, and also if you've got a tiny window, let me show you. If you've got a tiny window, did you actually make a key?
Yeah, I made a key to say, right, window number 1 will fit around image 1, 5, 6, 9, and 7.
Wow.
I know, but that's how my head worked in relation to, so that I had every sort of image inside and it wasn't a partial image.
Okay. Right, so now we've got this little tiny one. And what Jazz did when she designed these, what we can do now is we can take, for example, just a couple of little tiny stars, right? So we've got these little filler stamps, and this is where the mini mounts come in, because they're brilliant. So we've got sets of 8 mini mounts.
Indeed. So
these
the item number
are great, right?
For your mini mounts is 30000.
So the mini mounts.
What you dropped?
I'll just drop one. Oh, it's all right. As long as I don't tread on it, it's fine. These are great for little tiny filler stamps, or the little wee folk, or you know. So what I'm doing now is I'm just stamping through the hole.
Yes.
See, I can do this in any color. Also, I can use these to fill other stamps.
Yeah.
So say, for example, let me take the little tiny one like that. I can pop that in there, and I can just start to. See, so now I could just put 3 little stars in that one. Don't need more than that.
No.
Right, so let's now, in answer to your thing, what you were saying about, let's take this one.
Yeah.
Right, and what you were saying about this one fits in that and that one fits in that. So let's look at that little arch now.
Okay.
I'll keep that mounted, and let's do this. Okay. I'm going for the Happy Christmas.
Right.
There's a really lovely little Happy Christmas in there. Right, so let's take the Happy Christmas. So you can build your own designs. Oh, make sure that this is steady though. I probably at this stage I would probably make sure that it's taped up together.
Yeah.
You know, but just for the sake of speed, right? So you pop Happy Christmas in there. Right, so you've got a bit of you've got some infilling to do now.
Yeah.
So what could you do? Well, this is where I think. You could, for example, you know, you can make the loveliest.
That is just that little finishing touch, isn't it?
You don't need lots of images, you know, and you could put a little scene in there. You could put.
Nice.
Just because we are introducing the Advent calendar with the Twas the Night set,
yes,
the samplers. You know those other stamps that we had on Monday, the Jane Nestorenko winter stamps, they would work amazingly too. So let me just put these stamps away.
Okay.
The apertures, just a bit of housekeeping. I need to put my Happy Christmas away or I'll lose it. Right? But I just wanted to explain how you can take this and you can use a completely different stamp.
Yeah.
So if we take, for example, health, wealth, and happiness now.
Yeah.
If we look in here, you'll see that all our look. Let's open this up.
So these are the Jane Nestorenko winter scenes.
They work beautifully as well.
They're lovely, aren't they?
And if I just open this one up, let me show you. I'm opening them up. Obviously, this has already been assembled.
Yeah.
Right? But before it was assembled, for example, I could take one of these little stamps from the other set once you've got them all.
Yeah.
And you could take the little star like that. So you can
So you got the mix and matchability
So
of
now
stamps
you've
in your
got,
collection.
see, so what you're doing now is you're taking one little stamp. I'm just a suggestion, right? That one little stamp, and you can put it, you do this before you would.
Yes.
Look, but it fits absolutely. And you could have, you see what I'm doing here?
Yeah, they're like
all
little
of
filler
them,
areas,
just
aren't they?
one little stamp that I'm using. And what it's doing now, because the Jane Nestorenkos, they're squares. So you would think, oh, well, hang on a minute, it's not going to fit right. But it doesn't matter, because what you do is you fill them. That one fits beautifully.
Lovely
Isn't he
little
nice?
snowman.
Look, see, that works. Even within the squares, you could pop a little star in there. Yeah. That's really, really nice, isn't it?
That's lovely.
Oh, I wonder what's behind this door.
What's behind that one?
Oh, look, a little cottage. So again, just not using all of it.
No.
Just using a partial part of it. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Just using a little scene.
So you've got Jane's winter scene Christmas sample on the screen as well. So the item number for that is 11947. We've also got Linda Williams Christmas treasures that will work lovely in there. And I know many of our friends at home would have those as well.
There you go.
So look
at that. So these would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
You know.
So the item number for that is 11730.
11730.
And that's £20.99 instead of £29.99.
Oh,
because it's in the Grey Friday prices already.
So these are beautiful. These would work fantastic in this Advent calendar. So we've got that one.
Yeah.
Then we've got
the Jane Nestorenko winter
scene. Oh, look, because this is the one that we just used here.
Yeah.
So it's using the same scenes that's actually, look,
on the card.
On the card. So there is the same. It's the same scene as what we've got here. Look, the cottages and the snowmen. There they are. Look, here he is. So isn't that gorgeous?
So you've got that connection then as well.
Okay, so you've got the Linda Williams one, you've got the Jane Nestorenko one,
and then if you want to use it outside of the Advent and just use the dies on their own, then you could go for the Linda Williams floral.
No, this is
collection.
Jane
Nestorenko floral one as well.
Yeah,
that we launched last week.
Yeah, and then of course the last two rows are Christmas as well.
Flowers.
So this is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all fit. Whether they fit exactly or not is neither here nor there. You pop them in the back, or you use them at the front. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the positioning done. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So then the next thing to do is the colouring.
Right. Okay.
Right? So I was going to suggest that maybe I would say it's already nearly 10 o'clock.
Yes.
So what about if we wait with the colouring?
Yeah.
And we wait with the assembly.
Yeah.
And we do that this afternoon at
2 o'clock. Sounds like a plan.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
What do you think, friends? I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
And even if you can't make it at 2 o'clock, not to worry. First of all, the instructions are on the inside of the packet somewhere. And secondly,
you can go back and watch via the website.
There you go, catch up.
Absolutely.
How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay. So I would say that we'll leave it there for a minute and we'll be back at 2 o'clock. And then we'll just carry on where we left off.
Yeah.
And by the end of play at 3 o'clock, we will have constructed one beautiful,
lovely
Advent calendar.
The scenes.
There you
go. Speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it?
So on that happy note, we'll love you and leave you, and we'll see you.